here with another box of layouts that we're going to put away together. So let's get started. Let me grab my page protectors here. Set those over here. I've got such a mess on my desk, guys. Ugh. Trying to get prepared to maybe do a layout tomorrow, and hopefully I will film it for you guys. So here we go. Now these are all going to be layouts that are going to go in my middle son Austin's book. So this is in 2020. So starting in 2020, I love this layout. I used actually 5 pictures, so 4 3x4s, and then I just did a little 2x3 that kind of showed the elevation and the area on the mountain that they were on. This was a Simple Stories collection that I used, and I just made triangles and kind of made them look like mountain peaks, and then fussy cut this gondola paper, and then I just hand stitched that little line there to show like the gondola going, you know, whatever. And then just 3 little clusters here, and I just titled it Let's Ride. I really love this. Of course, I used like one of my favorite ledger type papers for the background, and just put a simple title here right over that photo in the skyline. And yeah, I really love how that works. I was first struggling with this one because the photos are so blue, and this collection is very creamy and muted. But in the end, after I just put it all on there, I think it looks good. But in the beginning, I was like, oh, this paper is not going to work for these photos, but I like how it turned out. So let's get that into a page protector. All right. So this is just using up just odds and ends scraps from my stash. No particular collection. I was just pulling for color. And I used to do a series called From My Scrap Bin. And let me know if you guys want me to bring that back. I did have someone comment on my 2,000 subscriber giveaway that they enjoyed that series. So maybe I'll bring that back. Maybe I'll see if I can find a few YouTubers who want to join me in that type of a series where we're not necessarily using a collection, but just pulling out our scraps and our odds and ends and putting something together. So leave a comment below if that is a series you think you would be interested in. So honestly, I think some of these are close to my heart papers. I don't even know. I think these I got at Tuesday Morning years and years and years ago. These are Ellie Studio. This is a Heidi Swapp little star. And this is a picture of my son in college. It was I think a indoor football league or something that he joined. So I don't know anything about those boys or those photos, but I'm sure he does. This one was a trip to Puerto Rico. This was using the Vicki Boutin Wander collection, one of my all-time favorite collections by her. The trees were a die cut, I believe. And then this whole page was a die cut. You can see kind of little lines here. And I backed it with the wave paper, and then just did a few little clusters. And that is Snapshot in Paradise from Puerto Rico. This was also in Puerto Rico. This was using a Pink Fresh Studio, a bunch of collections. This is another one where I just used a bunch of stuff. I used a diagonal design with this striped paper, and just, I don't even know where I got this idea. Filled this triangle with just stuff. I'm going to say it's like a sticker sneeze over here, kind of. This is more Puerto Rican pictures. And yeah, these were posted on my son's Instagram stories and on his friend's Instagram stories. And they tagged it extremely responsible citizen. Well, they're drinking beer and standing on these tall pillars. Oh my Lord. So I titled it, That Was Extremely Responsible. You know, like, haha, I don't think so, buddy. But I love these little things. Just little OMG, never a dull moment. It's Friday, friends. Just fun little sayings that I used there. Using up lots of stuff, which is always fun. All right, this is when he was home from college and I got him to actually help me put the Christmas tree lights on. And of course, I pulled out my camera because who doesn't want to capture a moment when your adult child is helping you decorate the tree? This is a cut file, these little Christmas lights. I don't remember where it's from. I backed them all with glitter paper. And just titled this one, Bring on the Twinkle. And this was from a Pink Fresh Studio. A lot of this is Pink Fresh Studio Christmas line from back in the day. I don't remember the name of the line though. So, oh, this is a funny one. So this was posted on, I think he posted this on his Instagram and I stole it as well. This was during COVID. And he was on a Zoom class and his friend took a screenshot of the screen where Austin had fallen asleep during the class. So I put, you fell asleep in the middle of your class on Zoom and your friends captured it on camera. Yeah, this is 2021. And so I use, this is another Pink Fresh Studio collection. Again, I apologize because I don't remember the names of these collections, but I don't know if they're even available. And I titled it Learning in His Dreams. So super fun. I love capturing those little day-to-day, you know, type of photos that aren't like big adventures or anything, but just really fun. This is another one. He obviously he lives at the ocean. He went to school at the ocean. He loves to fish, surf. He now lives there as well. He's 25 now, but lives there. And this one I used some L Studio. I can't. Gosh, I don't remember where all of this is from, but it's where he caught this fish. He filleted this fish, and that was his dinner with the fish. So I titled it From Ocean to Table. And I like this down here. It's a little banner using a bunch of different labels and banners. So that was kind of fun. I need to do that again. But again, I kind of just, oops, I'm sorry guys, I got out of frame again. I kind of just used a bunch of odds and ends again. As you can see, when I have multiple pictures, I obviously like to do this design, right? With doing the 3x4s across the page. I do need to add some journaling here, but I think I'll just worry about doing that later. I probably should do it before I put it in here, but that's okay. For now, I just want to get these in the books. Okay. Here's another one. This was his birthday in 2021. I have this fun little stamp, calendar stamp, which I need to pull that out and start using that more. So I stamped April 2021 and circled his birth date. This was Vicki Boutin Color Study. Now I used these wedges, but then this is stamping. This is, this looks like a stamp too. I think all of this is either stamping or stenciling, where I kind of filled in the blank wedges. And I really like that. I need to do that again as well. Very simple embellishing here. Just the here and then these little vellum circles from the specialty sheet. And yeah, this is my son. That's his birthday. That's my other son, his brother, and then 2 of his good friends. All right. This is one of my favorite pages. It's so busy, y'all. I can't believe I did a page that was this busy, but this is pattern paper from Heidi Swapp, and I loved it. I mean, if you have a surfer, who doesn't love this paper? I had to use it. So I cut it like 2/3 of the way across. And then I added with rub-ons here. This is rub-ons, Wrightsville, and then Beach is clear stickers for the title to kind of make it look like it was part of the paper, even though it wasn't. And then added this word. Since there's already so many words on here, I added more. Why not? So I added In the Moment. This is a vellum piece. Fearless, that's a clear sticker. And then just did a small little cluster over here with some labels. It says Wake Up and Be Awesome. And then down here, I just used the title Live Life Happy. And then a little journaling spot there. So super fun, super fun. All right. Now, this next one. This is one I really did not know. I've got to grab some more page protectors, guys. Hold on one second. I'm so sorry. I did not know what to do with this picture. This was an amazing photo that one of his friends took, I'm guessing from a drone. And I printed it out on 12 by 12. I have a 12 by 12 printer. So I printed it out on 12 by 12. And like, I didn't want to ruin the picture, right? Like, I didn't want to embellish it up very much. This is my son on his little boat. This was our little John boat that he took out to school with him so that he could fish and take it out to go surfing at this island. So I cut out this title, Under a Summer Sky, backed it in vellum, and then just put it on the page. And I'm not going to do anything more on here. I just don't think I need to. And then I backed it on this pink paper, which I felt looked really good with the photo. So I love this photo. We actually had this made into a large canvas for him when he moved out. So he has that on his wall at home. All right, here's another Puerto Rico photos. This is a second trip to Puerto Rico. And this was Paige Evans, I believe. Yeah, this was all Paige Evans collection. This was in 2021. This is my son whose book this is in, and his brother, my older son. They went together with some other buddies and friends to Puerto Rico. And this is very unusual for me to use such a busy background, but I love it. And who doesn't love like a map watery type of background? Okay. All right. Oh, I really love this one. This was, I believe, this part, the scribbly part, was Vicky's pre-made background, and then I did the stenciling over it with this over the background. And this is all the guys on this catamaran they went out on, and I cut out this little solo cup, and then you can't see it, but there's like water splashed little drops that are super old for my stash that I have coming out of the cup. And I love this layout. I don't know, clips galore. This is using the clip stamp from Vicki Boutin that I love. And I titled this Red Solo Cup, I Fill You Up. That's obviously a song too. So very minimally embellished again, but with everything going on with the background, I don't think it needs really any more embellishing. So, all right. We got more Puerto Rico. What paper was this? Oh, this was from Paige Evans, I believe. This ombre type paper. And I added, just with white modeling paste, this stencil with all of the fish. And just did a little cluster here and a little cluster here. You will see on a lot of my layouts, I notice I just do kind of 2 clusters plus the title. And I really like this. I believe this could be Color Study. You know, I don't know. I don't remember what collection this is, but I might have mixed and matched too, so I'm not sure. But there's another fun kind of beachy layout. Okay. Here's another one. This is also from Puerto Rico. This is using the Heidi Swapp collection. I cannot remember which one, but it was one of my absolute favorite. And I cut the papers kind of in little funky wedges, I guess, and then die cut this big palm tree. And this is what is my title for today's agenda, Fun Times Ahead. And I just use some vellum pieces and then some thickers. A little cluster here and a little cluster here. So it looks like that's kind of my go-to little way. I love the mix of these papers. Although they don't seem to go together, they do, if that makes sense. But obviously they're from the same collection, so. Oh, this is a fun one. I die cut these big glasses with the surfer. Now this is not this could be Puerto Rico still, actually. So I die cut these glasses. I made them into a big shaker. So fun. And this mix has like seashells in it. It's super fun. I die cut out this surf, and then this background I did with stenciling and like other pastes. So I really, really love this one. I used random papers from my stash on here. I can see there's some super, super old ones. Well, this is 2020, so this actually, this might have been from his first surfing trip. I'm not going to worry about it. We're just going to put it in. It might be in the wrong spot, but I'm trying to not really worry about that. Like, it doesn't matter if it's 2020 or 2021. It's in the book, right? This was May 2021. This was Austin's college graduation. Unfortunately, during COVID, he did not get to walk. There was no graduation, but one of his friends, a couple families, rented a huge beach house and had a big party for all of the kids and families. So we went there to celebrate his graduation, and I love the tags across the bottom. I really want to do this again, actually. I really like that. Now, Heidi Swapp collections have a lot of labels, and you might think, what am I going to do with all these labels? This is what I like to do. Just layer them all up like in a little cluster, and that's a good way to use those. So this just says, trying to soak up every moment and then smile. And I probably should document that this was his graduation, but it's close enough to his graduation photo that I'm not going to worry about it. So, y'all, like I said, there was no graduation, so there was no seeing him in his cap and gown, nothing. So what did I do? I said, buddy, can you please put on your cap and gown and maybe go out to the beach and have somebody take your picture? This is the only picture I got. The only picture. I'm like, really? This is it? This is the only one. So this is a super simple page. This paper was like this star was in the middle. It was a cocoa vanilla paper. I cut out the star from this middle. I used a stencil to add all of these extra layers of color. I sewed, you can't see it, but I did some stitching as well. And then fussy cut some more stars from one of the pattern papers and just labeled it Graduate. And I love it. It's simple, but it's the only photo I had anyway, so not like I could do much more with more photos. I actually have another photo that I want to scrap, so I'm going to leave a blank spot in this book so I can add that. So my husband went down to visit the boys and, you know, took them out. Of course, they're all of age at this point. And this was papers from Pretty Little Studio. This was a collection before they did 12 by 12 paper. And so I layered up, these were all probably 6 by 6. So I kind of layered them up and scattered them through and did this little tearing cluster at the top. I really like this one too. Oh my goodness. And they had these clear acetate tags. So I used some of those, brought out some wood veneer in this one, and titled it Drinks on Dad. Because who doesn't want Dad to pick up the tab, right? Okay, this one might be a little inappropriate, guys, and I'm going to just forewarn you, but my son, as a child, just thought it was funny to show his butt to everyone. I mean, through his whole life, he would walk in the room and kind of lower his little pants and walk by, like, without anybody knowing, just walk by with his little butt hanging out, thought it was funny. We threw a graduation party for him in our backyard, and we had these balloons that said Class of 2021, and I looked over and the C and the L had fallen off. So this is what it said. I'm not going to say it, but it's ASS of 2021. And when I saw that, I was laughing hysterically. I said, Austin, we have to get a picture. Come on, let's see your pose of what you usually do. So that's what that was. And this is using a Pretty Little Studio. Oh, no. Cocoa Vanilla collection. And this was old from Amy Tan. It said, do your thing, which is so perfect. So I'm sorry if anybody felt that was inappropriate, but it was a story that needed to be told. So, and he does not care that I showed his butt, I'm sure. All right, this is from that same graduation party. I used a stamp and just stamped all of these. I used to have a series where I did stamping on layouts. And maybe I need to just bring some of these back a little bit, but it's just hard to keep up. So I stamped this on the white paper, then tore this paper and made these are tags. And I believe this was probably Paige Evans, yeah. And this was a group of all the friends that were at the party, at our house. And I love this. It just says life captured. And I did some splatters as well. So these are all still 2021. Okay. So this is when he officially moved out of the house. He came home from college and was with us, and he worked a job here near our house. Was his first job, I think, for a year, not even, yeah, it was about a year. And then he took another job and moved back to the beach. So this was him loading up his U-Haul and heading back to the beach and moving out on his own after college. So I labeled or titled this one hashtag Big Adventure. You decided it was time to head back to the beach. You loaded up the U-Haul and headed to Wrightsville Beach. It's hard to believe that you are on your own. February 2022. Oh, and I just thought the rocket ship was kind of, it might seem juvenile, but it's kind of like, you know, taking off is how I kind of felt on that one. So there's that. And then this, so this is kind of like how I might do a double page. This was him moving into his place, into his house or apartment or whatever. It's a house. Actually, believe it or not, he still lives in this house. So that's true. He's been in this house now for 22, 23, 24, 3 years. So this is the second page using the same collection by Coco Vanilla. And this is from the collection, Totally Awesome. I stamped a bunch of the clips. And just, I love this. This is, my husband helped move him, and just some photos with him and his roommates. So it goes perfectly with that other side. All right. Here's some more pictures from, this is March 2022. So this is just pictures with friends that have visited him, I think. I'm lucky because my boys send me lots of pictures. Of course, I hound them all the time. So I just titled this Life in Photos, one of the Vicki Boutin titles. This was Coco Vanilla. I think most of this is Coco Vanilla except for this green one. And yeah, that's just a pretty simple layout, but I like it. As you know, Coco Vanilla does lots of stars, you know, so it's perfect for boy stuff. This was his birthday, 23. This was an American Crafts collection. It was I can't remember the designer of this one, but it was kind of fiesta. There was some Spanish stuff in the collection as well. I love this. I love this background. I felt like these blues went perfectly with the umbrellas. And we were not with him on his birthday, but he sent me this photo. So, of course, this is going to be his birthday photo. And this is a chipboard piece. I love this. I think this collection worked out perfectly for a birthday photo. And I just, like you can see, I made a block here, put the photo in it, and then just clustered around it. So kind of a double title in a way. Best Day Ever was one of the cut apart cards, and then Yay 23 for the other part of the title. I love doing this. I'm really enjoying like just seeing some of my old layouts, going through the memories. So this was a weekend. My youngest son and I went to go visit Austin. We might have I think we just went down for the day, like on a Saturday. And so we took this photo. This was in April. Oh, this would have been probably, we went down to see him for his birthday. His birthday's on April 6th. This was the 9th. So we must have gone down to see him for his birthday. 2 embellishment clusters. I used this yellow paper is from 49 & Market. I used that one border stamp and made a border around here. And then this is Vicki Boutin paper, and I cut these out from, Fussy cut these from Vicki Boutin paper as well. So there's that one. This is also from that same day. It's a picture of him and all of his friends. We went out to this little restaurant bar on the Intercoastal and hung out with them. And I made this background paper. So, well, the paper is Vicki Boutin, but this stencil, the circles, is all a stencil that I did with paste. And then I made all of these hearts. So I used a punch, and I punched like paper, and then I punched vellum, and then I punched a smaller heart out of paper, and then sewed them on to the page. Do all the fun things. Love it. Love, love, love it. Okay, there's that one. So fun. That's what you guys need to do, and I do too, actually, is go back and scrap lift yourself. I recently did that. I scrap lift a photo of a layout, and I did it live, I believe. Yeah, I did it on a My Little Scrapbook Store live that I had. And the funny thing is even when you scrap lift yourself, it's still going to turn out a little bit different. So I love that. Here, this fell off of something. Here's another surfing layout. I did stenciled the background. This was already a mixed media piece, I can tell, because it's got like the gold here. And then this here is, I don't know if you can tell, but this is strips of paper that I cut strips, sewed them onto this white background to make my own kind of pattern paper. And this is a die that I have, which I used in a recent, well, I just used this recently, but you'll see it coming up in a video soon. And just made 2 clusters, and yeah, really fun. Cocoa Vanilla. This looks like it might have been Cocoa Vanilla paper that I used. This was Cocoa Vanilla. The stars are all Cocoa Vanilla. So it looks like it's mostly Cocoa Vanilla. Put Too Legit to Quit, Out of This World, Always Be Your Awesome Self. Okay. Okay. This was at a dock party that he went to with friends. I think it was for somebody's graduation. And I used Vicki Boutin. I don't remember the collection, but I cut these circles. It was like a paper that had a circle in it, and I cut it into wedges and made like a sun out of it, and then used a sun ray stencil. I kind of wish if I had gone back and done more, like I wish this was filled in more, but I still love it, but I wish it was filled in more. I think this was done for a live, but it would have been a couple years ago. But I made my embellishments, a lot of them. The glasses are a stamp from Pink and Main stamp. And the pineapple drink is a stamp also where I made my own embellishment. And then these palm trees were from the Vicki Boutin. It might have been Sweet Rush collection that this came from. But I really like that. But going back, I wish I would have like either stenciled yellow in here maybe, or did something. I mean, honestly, I suppose if I really wanted to, I could go back and do that, but I'm not going to. I got too much else I need to do, right? Okay, here's another fun beachy type page. This was a Picket Fence Studio stamp, and it's like a big, it's like a 6x6 stamp, and I kind of strategically placed it on the paper to make a background. My son on his little John boat that you saw, now he now has upgraded to a bigger boat, but he attached a inflatable pool on the back of his boat, and his friends got in it, and he was pulling them down the Intercoastal Waterway. So that's why I thought this swan little floaty tube was perfect for this layout. And then this was paper from my stash. It was already scalloped like that, so I used that, but I wanted to add some yellow in here, so I cut it apart and then backed it with yellow, and then just added the palm trees. This was in 2022. All right, this is on a trip to Winter Park. They went on a ski trip with some friends, and this is a photo he sent me that I made into a 6x12, and I did a flip. So here are some pictures. So on this side, I just did this, I stamped, I think, or stenciled or stamped, I'm not sure. And then I did some triangles to look at like mountains. And then when you open it up, here are all the photos. So I just used lots of papers from my stash on this one. So, and then I guess I need to add something on that side. Oh, I can add this one. Oh, is this back in Puerto Rico again? It sure is. This is another trip to Puerto Rico. I think these were the only pictures I got from this year. This is 2023, so last year. I believe these were the only photos I got, so that's pretty much all he gets on that one. I just did a grid design, and yeah, just, I don't know, I like it. I like the frame around them. Did more of my embellishments on this one photo and then added a few others. So, this one, I'll have to pull out my 8.5 by 11. I don't know why I did this, but I started throwing in little 8.5 by 11 layouts. I think I was getting bored, so I was like changing up the sizes. I love that, but now I got to go dig out my 8.5 by 11 page protectors. This is just another kind of whatchamacallit. This doesn't even go here, actually. This, I'm not even going to worry about putting this in here because this is in the wrong spot. This is when he was still in college. But it says, Dad and Jack took a quick trip to the beach and got to spend a day at the beach with Austin while he was attending UNCW. So this is going to have to go in later because that's not right. These are not in order, but I will show you them anyway. These are not in order. I'm going to have to go figure out where these go in their albums. But this was one of those pre-made Vicki Boutin papers. And this was actually a prom picture from senior year. No, homecoming. Senior year homecoming. So this is going to go back. I'm going to have to dig out those albums. But I added some stenciling. No, that was on there. The stars were on here, but these little gold pieces I added. And then just added Lovely in a small cluster. Here's another old one. Gosh. We were visiting family in Illinois at my sister-in-law's house. And this is him and his cousins. So, I don't know what grade he might have been in grade school then. I'm going to have to look that up. So, fun little 8.5 by 11. I'm going to need to do this again. I love this. With the stamping, I have this stamp. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to need to pull that stamp out. This is another one from high school, I believe. I used my sprays and a stencil and sprayed the background to look like snow and used old stuff from my stash. Okay, yep, this was from high school. This is prom, senior year. So I just cut a square out of these papers, cut them in half, and then kind of separated them out. And I don't know what they were doing, taking pictures of each other or what. Here's another one from prom. I made a shaker. This is all vellum and then laid over with this. What is this? This is all made. I made all this. This has been such a while ago. This is definitely a stencil. And then this might be another stencil I did, just added the black and white and then added all of these sequins. And I really actually love that. And did it in black and white. Okay. I don't remember when this was, but we were on vacation, I believe, and they caught a shark. So they were fishing off the beach at night. So this was using maybe a photo play collection, very old one. This is another one. This was someone he was dating at the time. He probably doesn't even want this in his book anymore. I don't know. I probably won't even put these. I don't know. I have to ask him. But this is a beautiful Cocoa Vanilla collection. So I love this. I used a tab die that I have to make these tabs. I need to do that again. That was fun. So I might leave this out and scrap lift myself. Here's another one. This is just some mixed media in the background using a Chamel collection. So there's that. And that is it, guys. So look at this big stack. I'm gonna get to put into an album. And this was part of 2020, 2021, 2022, part of 2022, and some 2023. Now keep in mind, the only thing that goes in this album are his photos. So there's a lot more stuff that goes on, but some of it is in our family photos too. So I kind of try to, keep them separated a little bit so they get a little bit of everything in their albums. But I don't want to be doing 3 layouts of the same photo. I did that when they were younger, when they were little, in all their books. I would take photos if they were all in it. I was doing 3 layouts of the same photo to put in 3 different albums. And now that they're older, I don't do that as much. But yeah, I think I've got a few more of these to film, 1 or 2 maybe. I thought I had more, but it looks like I might only have 1 or 2 more. And then again, leave a comment below if you're interested in that From My Scrap Bin series. And maybe I'll bring that back for a little while and start using up some of my scraps. That would be a good idea, right? And here we go, another book done, and I can move on. Look at that, that filled an entire book. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you did not see my 2,000 subscriber giveaway video, go back and look at it and comment and like and follow the instructions, and you can be put into a drawing to win a My Little Scrapbook Store gift card. So I hope y'all have a great day. Bye, guys.